Hey everybody, namaste, it's Becca Pati. I'm so grateful to be able to share that finally I have developed an online school specifically for downloadable videos for mental health. I was inspired by you guys. I was inspired by my YouTube channels, by the people on social media following me, and also my own personal journey. My personal journey of family trauma, of loss, of relationships that seemingly never seem to stick, and just sometimes feeling this inner angst that I'm not really doing what I need to be doing. And it became very apparent that the work was still needed. So this last couple of years, as most of you know, through just looking at my YouTube channel, things have shifted a lot. There's been a lot more mental health. There's been chit chats at the beginning and the openings with inspiration so that as I'm learning and growing, that I can also share it with you. And so this specific course that I'm offering you is within the school that I've created called You Got This, Empowering Courses to Revitalize Your Life. Course number 1 that is being offered at a promo price is called Break Free from Bullshit and Start Building a Better Life. Wow, what bullshit am I talking about? Well, I think many of us can relate when we get stuck in our stories, when we start saying the things over and over and over again to ourselves, to other people, we replay the past, we sort of get sticky and stay in those situations. And unfortunately, it's very challenging for us then to eventually move forward. The bullshit is not that the past doesn't matter, not that we are not affected by situations, but when we allow it to sit within us and then develop a limited belief system surrounding that, that is where there is a problem. That is where we will stay stuck. That is where we will not go and do the things we know to be true because of fear. So I'm offering 10 bullshit stories with 10 inspirational mind-shifting practices to propel you forward. These practices are what I have done over the last couple of years to keep myself sane, to keep myself in check, and to be aware of where my mind is actually going. Is it in reality or is it stuck in the story that I'm telling myself? If you're wanting more information about where you can find these courses, please check out my website, beccapati.com, or you can also check the text of this video as well as into my profile and click the links accordingly. I'm so excited to offer this 7 days as a promo. What it means is that it's $212, and that is Canadian. So you have an opportunity to purchase, and then I start trickling the information to you, meaning you'll get the introduction and 3 out of the 10 bullshit stories, as well as 3 of the mind-shifting practices for this week. Then on the 23rd, all 7 extra will be downloaded to you. So it's exciting because you get an opportunity for a week to play around with these exercises before you're bombarded with it all. So I'm really excited. And on the 23rd, the price does go up to $299. So in my opinion, just from always wanting a little bit of a deal, I wanted to offer that to you at what I think is a pretty good price for 10 different practices that you can do, as well as discussions, and we get a chance to have honest conversation about our mental health, and I think that that is just so needed. My dear friends, I look forward to seeing you online in this course. You can download it. It's yours for life. I'm so excited about that. We will now take a little bit of time and do a very gentle yoga session to accompany this, which really also opens up the availability to break free from our bullshit and start building a better life. Namaste. Hey everybody, it's Becca. We're here on our yoga mats for a very basic yoga session to just bring it down, to ground ourselves, and to be very aware of the dialogue that is roaming around in our heads. I am just so unbelievably grateful for all of you who have been with me for the last 8 years, who are like I am, just continuing on the journey and we're doing the best that we can, you know, aren't we? I mean, some days it feels like we're riding high on the clouds and we're at the top of the mountain, and other days those stories, holy shit, they just take over, and it makes us feel as if we just can't even put one foot in front of the other. So let's come to a comfortable seat here. Yes, I am wearing stretchy jeans today. I just was doing some video recording and really just was too lazy to change, to be straight up with you. So hopefully they don't rip, and if they do, that'll be hilarious, and we will just move on from there. Lesson learned, right? So let's come to our seat, allowing our sit bones to ground nice and even onto your mat. Take a roll back with the shoulders, lift them up, drop them down. Let's take an inhale, both arms rise. So we extend. We draw the arms up and the palms make their way into the heart space. Let's do this again. Take an inhale, rise. The arms come up, extending, opening, palms touching, and the hands come down. This time we'll take an inhale, arms rise up. Both of them come up. Keep your left hand where it is. Have your right hand down and lean over to the side. So taking a very slow sort of side bend, noticing that your head stays up so it's not dropping down. You got full extension, nicely done. Let's take the arm forward with the chest. So you keep your hand here, but you're just kind of moving in a subtle range of motion, like semicircles with your chest and with your arm, reaching forward slightly, just drawing to a place where you can then bring your arm back up. All the way over to the side we go, bringing both arms up to the other side. So very fluid, giving yourself an opportunity to just sense where the body's at, feel those emotions rising and falling, allowing the imperfections of the practice to really be exactly what they are, right? Then bring ourselves forward and down. Roll your spine, coming up slightly, and then down we go again. It's just a very easy rotation for the spine, nothing too crazy. Noticing if there's shoulder pain. Let's go one last time. Bringing yourself all the way forward. It's so good to see you guys. And then up and over we go. So both arms come all the way back up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, hands come behind you. Drop your feet in front of you where your knees once were. So like just when you uncrossed, your knees will be over top of your ankles. Take an inhale, send those hips up, shoulder blades rolling back. Lifting up the heart, dropping down the big toe mounds and the pinky toe. You can actively feel them pushing into the ground. Then slowly lower your spine, back down, your bum goes towards the floor. Take your right knee in and extend your left leg. Give it a little bit of a hug. When you do so, left arm reaches around. Take your right fingers back behind you and start to open this up. Looking towards the right, sending the gaze possibly all the way back behind you. Then use your hand, grab onto your foot. Maybe you lean back a little bit as you kick your right leg straight in the air, or have a bent knee continuing over towards the right. If you want to lean back a little bit, your choice is just to elevate up through your left thigh slightly, but you can always just keep it down. That's okay. Then have the leg elevated, open up, your arms face me. Slowly start to lower down your leg, or I guess you'd be facing the front of your mat. You might not be facing me. Good. Then draw your hands interlocked around your left knee. Get a little bit of a tuck and lower the foot down to the floor, sweeping around your right arm now. Taking your left fingertips behind you, opening up the space in the belly and the heart. Ultimately, truth exists there, right? Allowing your chin to slide back towards our back shoulder, looking around. Maybe you take your hand to the outer edge of your left foot and start to kick up that leg straight towards the ceiling. I feel like my feet might be a little bit dirty. I know I have so many calluses. I've been running like a crazy person this last year that it's like, oh, my feet are so ungroomed. So I apologize about that, yeah? All right, so maybe you have your knee bent, maybe you have it straight. Then bring yourself to center as your leg stays where it is, as you open up the arms. And then slowly you start to lower the leg down to the floor. Then cross the legs over or side saddle, downward facing dog. So you're going to go up and back. So noticing how it feels to move a little bit. Keep your ears in between your upper arms. Now noticing if you're forward, try to see if you can soften your knees and press back the shoulders, almost like you're trying to come up and out of them. So you're not sinking to the floor. you're actually in a neutral shoulder position and then pushing the floor away from you. Your heels drop further to the floor behind you. Hands are active. Be strong through your fingertips. Come on forward, taking your right knee down to the ground, spinning this open modified side plank, lifting up through your left hand. Then take your hand down to the floor. Have your left leg go out to the side. Kick it out and bring it back. Now I've got my left fingertips tented up. Take it out to the side and kick. And then bring it back. We might not consider this super gentle, but I promise if you keep breathing, it doesn't have to be aggressive, right? Kick it out, hold it here, then eventually drop your foot down. I'm just gonna kind of moderate where I'm at. Roll your shoulders back, open your arms, and side bend over. Gate pose. So we're sitting here, yeah, in this mode of like lengthening the spine over, feeling the stretching through the whole side body. One more big inhale. Sweep your arms down to the floor. Bring your left leg straight back in the air behind you. Hold it here. Pause for 3, pause for 2, then for 1, give a little kick up a little higher, look a little higher, and then lower the knee back down to the floor. Press back, child's pose. Let your knees come open. Let you drop your bum back towards the heels. How does that feel? Getting the lengthening of the spine, opening up the heart space, being aware. How is our head space? Where are we at? Oh my goodness. Sometimes those stories, my friends, it is a ongoing saga of I can't, I'm not worthy, I will never be able to, I will be happy when, right? It is just this never-ending mindset. So we're learning, we're kind of like really just retraining the brain. That's ultimately what it takes to let go of these stories. Let's come forward. Tuck your toes under. Take your left knee down to the floor. Spin this out into a modified side plank. So lifting up through your right hand now, fully extending. Holding here, not long, taking your right fingertips back down to the floor. Spinning it around so that you can take your right leg out to the side. Kick. And then bring it back to center. All right, so it's like your hips are like opening up to the side. And then you're kind of neutralizing them back. Let's go one last time, okay? Kick the leg out to the side. I know this isn't my favorite one either. As you drop your foot down, make sure your foot is in line with your knee. Open up your arms and side bend over to the side. So you have a full extension, letting go and reaching out nice and long, holding here for one more big inhale, yes. Inner thighs, if you're sitting back a little bit, your inner thigh will definitely be affected. If you're up a little bit more, it'll be a different position. It doesn't matter, there's no right and wrong. Then take your fingertips down to the floor or palms, extending back your right leg, holding here for 3. Opening up through the collarbones, the back leg is extending. Now lift it up a little bit higher as you lift your gaze. Then both knees come down to the floor. Tuck your toes under, walk yourself back, and if possible, you're coming up, maybe keeping the fingertips down, or you can bring your hands on your knees. Woo! Holding here. Yeah, I tweaked my ankle a little while back, and it's really quite amazing. I work on ankles a lot as a massage therapist, and one of the things that I find with myself is that it is taking a very long time to heal. So I'm doing strengthening slowly to get it back to where it was before. I just accidentally rolled it just a little bit, but it's been like a hell of a time healing. So that's the body, right? Like super efficient, and then just one day it's like, okay, now I'm gonna hurt you for a couple months. So exhale, forward fold, fingertips down, heels down, and maybe allow yourself to pedal out a little bit. Then walk forward again into a downward facing dog. Your palms will be active, settling into a space where it feels open through the heart, but you're not sinking through the shoulders, heads between the upper arms, right leg extends behind you, gaze forward, step it up right foot, all the way to the top of the mat, take your back knee down. Maybe slide your back knee away, hands come to the inside, and let's work into lizard. Sinking those hips down, letting your elbows maybe come down as well. Your palms can be face up. The head is neutral. Holding here for one more big breath in. Letting go of any expectations of how it's supposed to be. Simply be in this space, in this moment. Your hands can come down to the floor as you take your left hand to the ground. Lean over and send your right knee long. Nice. One more big breath in. Beautiful. Then eventually your foot comes all the way back to center. Tuck your back toes under. Press it into downward facing dog. So up and back we go. Yes, nice. Come forward, upper push-up or half. Now gentle can be on your knees, or it can simply just be mindful of where your shoulders are. Exhale, chaturanga. That is it. We don't go to the floor if you're in chaturanga. Straight arms, upward dog, cobra, bent elbows for little cobra. You guys know. Bring it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left thigh goes high to the sky. Gaze it forward and step it up, left foot all the way, back knee down, send it a little bit away from you. Lean forward, hands come to the inside edge. We've got long legs. We're allowing this knee to open up a little bit just to get into the space of your hips and of mine. Oh, my G's haven't ripped yet, so that's good. Actually, I'm kind of waiting for this like in the back, right? Oh, Becca. One more big inhale. We're hanging out here, just getting some basic stretching in, kind of noticing how the body feels. And bring your hands all the way back upright. Right hand to the floor. Lean over on that. Open up your hip. Send your heart away as you look over towards the left. Pausing here for 3. Pausing here for 2. Ah, yes. One more big inhale. And then eventually you're bringing it all the way back to center. Yeah, you guys are doing it. You got this. Lift up that back knee and send yourself into downward facing dog. Up and back we go. And then eventually you'll take that little gaze forward, and maybe you take a hop or a step or a little jump into a squat to the top of the mat. Sending your hips up and then down. Opening up your knees and allowing your arms to go wide into Malasana, letting the head come down so that the whole back starts to open up. One more big inhale here. And then slowly we come back to where we've started. We're taking the hands maybe behind us as a bit of a, to break our fall. And then send yourself into a cross-legged shape. Lean forward. Whichever leg wants to be in front, let it be there. And then drop the head down. Then walk your hands all the way back and roll your spine up, letting the arms come up nice and high. And then down by the side. Let's bring the arms in towards heart, palms together, up we go. And exhaling, bring your arms out to the side and down they go. Let's go one last time. Yes, beautiful, my friends. Up. And then allow your arms to extend and down. I am so grateful that you did that little mini flow with me. So beautiful, so good to get the body moving, even if it's in simple ways. And that's the same thing with the mind. If you go onto the courses, you'll just get a chance to see what you could possibly do, where you could go. Even if you're just watching it for someone else, acknowledging that maybe your relationship needs a little bit of a mental boost because there's some misunderstandings or some complications in communication. Maybe there's some things with you that are going on that you're feeling, you know what, I am stuck and I would like to see what there is in practices that I can do every day for myself. Again, there's nothing that I haven't done that I'm not offering you. And so I would be so honored if you look at downloading the program for yourself. My dear friends, there's much more to come. These courses are going to be ongoing. This is not a one-off. I've got some shit for yoga teachers. I've got some stuff for other mental health things going on. And it is just going to keep snowballing because education and sort of giving ourselves more tools, if you will, in our belts is really valuable. I know it was valuable for me. You take care of yourself and we'll see you very, very soon. All right.